Gentlemen, what's up? I hope we are doing well. Hope we've had an awesome start today. And man, last night was funny. So we're sat there at dinner. I don't know if any of you other guys have got a 6-year-old, but our 6-year-old, when it comes to food time, if it's not beige or pizza, then trying to get him to eat anything is absolutely terrible. It's a negotiation. Everything's a negotiation. So last night, there's a little bit, or what our Barney calls chewy bits. Needless to say, he doesn't want to eat them. And that's when the negotiation starts. So it starts along the lines of, Mum, do I have to eat all of it? Bear in mind he's not even sat down at the table yet. At which point, yes you do. So we get all the way through this. We're about an hour and a half into eating a small plate of spaghetti bolognese, and it comes to the end, and Barney says, Dad, can I be done? Does that sound fair enough? And at that point, I looked at him, and I smiled, and I said, Barney, that was the best delivery of a soft sales close that I've ever heard. Couldn't have been prouder. Tonality was perfect, and it was along the lines of, Dad, sound fair enough? And I was like, beautiful. That, my boy, is how you close any negotiation. Tonality, wording, perfect. And it got me thinking, because Barney has never been involved in any sales training, has never done any marketing, has never read any business books, yet here he is, closing a negotiation with me around spaghetti bolognese, not just closing it, but using spot on language and spot on tonality. And it got me thinking about this whole nature versus nurture debate. Because in my experience, if you take that example, everything has got to come down to nurture and your environment. You see, just by being in and around me and Emma on a day-to-day basis, listening to the conversations that we're having, listening to how I talk on the phone, listening to how I speak to members, and just being put in an environment where you can soak all of that stuff up. That stuff, by magic, osmosis, whatever you want to call it, had seeped into his little brain, and he was like, if I need to get this thing sold, if I need to sell this concept that I no longer eat any more spaghetti bolognese, this is the language that I need to do it. It's why I need to consider right now that there has never been a more important time to make sure that you are surrounding yourself with smart other men that are doing good things and are making smart decisions. Because the same thing happens. It was crazy going back however many years ago, but it wasn't until I started investing in myself, until I started traveling to conferences, started spending money to put myself in a room, an environment with other people, that good things started to happen. Call it magic, call it osmosis, but whatever it is, you start seeing things, you start hearing things, and all of a sudden, just like Barney did at dinner last night, you start having things happen naturally that you don't even realise that you're doing. It's a super, super powerful force. It's why what we do here with the fellowship is so important, because never has there been an environment in the UK where you can put yourself in a room with 29, 30 other men that know what it's like to balance business, to balance family, and to juggle everything else that goes along with it. Funny thing happens with those men that come and join us around the table here, because just by being in the environment, just by sitting around the table, some by not even saying anything or writing a single note, do absolutely incredible things. And those incredible things happen by osmosis, by literally those things getting absorbed, by seeing that they are possible, by seeing that they are happening, and the subtle nuances that you don't even know you are picking up come lodged here inside of the brain, and before you know it, You start doing the marketing things that you never knew were possible. You start putting the systems in place that you never knew were possible. You start selling things in a way that you never knew was possible, but because time and time again, you've heard other people talk about it, you've heard other people action it, and you've heard other people do it, subconsciously, that stuff sticks. And that, my friend, is how you can really, really, really make a difference. That's where the power really is. The power is in being able to go, actually, if other smart people are doing this, I don't even need to think about doing it. If I just put myself in a room or environment where those people are, then the brain is a wonderful thing. It's going to help me move. It's going to help me make decisions. It's going to help me make more, provide more, and be more in this game that we call business.